All right, hello everyone. Okay, so Tú Minh, right? You asked me a question like October 5, right? Is the last day which we have class. Really? Tú Minh, can can you like express your idea a little bit? November 5 or October is the last day.
I see in the schedule in 12th October we have the middle term exam, and uh,
Uh-huh.
and before we have a class, and at 5 October is the class last day we study.
In the last day you study?
Yes.
What is mean the last day? Oh, okay, okay, got it. Okay, so before you have a like the midterm, is that right?
Yes, after that we have the midterm exam at,
Mm-hmm.
on the
Okay,
12 October.
okay,
So
okay.
therefore there are six groups, but on the 5 October we just present three groups, and I don't know for
Yeah,
the
okay,
remaining.
okay. I got your point. Don't worry. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Don't worry too much. It's mean like so like before the midterm test, right? We will have around like two or three group that will present. But like after the midterm, maybe we will have more. So don't worry too much about that because like the midterm test, just how can I say like just account for a part of your grade. Okay, it will account like 20%. But it's related to the essay test, so a little bit different from the presentation. So yeah, so you just take the midterm test, and after that, we will have more group to present.
Okay, I
Is that
got it.
okay? Okay, so don't worry too much about
Okay,
that.
thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, so good morning, everyone. Actually, today we keep going to discuss about procrastination, right? So like yesterday, okay, yes, I would know, like last week, I think so. Yeah, last week, right? We already discussed about like procrastination, and we already understand about the reason why the student they know about the disadvantage of procrastination, but actually they still be procrastinated. The reason why, okay, the reason why we are already discussed about that, but the solution or the recommendation or some suggestion to reduce procrastination for all the student, that we have not discussed about. So today, you guys, do you like already like discuss each other about like some solution or some suggestion to reduce procrastinate? Okay. Okay, so anyone want to tell me, or do you want to spend? Okay, so I give you for each group 5 minutes to discuss again about like the solution. Okay, some solution of to reduce procrastination. All right, and after that we will discuss about that. Okay. All right. Okay. Now we start. How about like Minh Tâm? Could you please like tell us about some solution to eliminate procrastination or reduce?
Uh, yes. For a solution for the procrastination, I think I have Pomodoro technique Yeah, that is set the time for the 25 or 60 minutes and concentrate on the task unit. The time goes off. Next, go once the time goes off, write down and the check mark or the piece of a paper and
Okay.
yes, take a shower, a 5 minute break, then go back to repeat step 2 after 4 check mark, take a long break about 20 minutes. Yeah, repeat unit you complete to task. Yeah, that is Pomodoro
The solution.
techniques. Yes.
Okay, the techniques to eliminate procrastination, right? So set the time, and we
Yeah.
work really hard for 20 minutes,
Yeah.
and after that we will take a break 5 minutes. Is that right? And we
Yes.
repeat that process. Right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think like that is the good way. I totally agree about that. How about you? Do you often to use these techniques? Mintam, do you often to use this technique to eliminate procrastination?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, okay. And like can you tell us more about this technique? It's mean like I just wonder like when you applied this technique, do you withdraw any summaries or any conclusion about that? It's mean like can you tell us about like some difficulty of this technique, how easy it's applied or how difficult it's applied? You think it's easy to apply this technique?
Yeah, I think this is so easy because you can set time in your phone and you focus on the uh, you learn. Yeah, and I th-
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how about work week? Do you often to use these methods?
I don't usually use this method. I think
Mm-hmm.
if I use this method, it don't really work for me. Basically, if I study, I will study part or like a section or topic about that. I will study, then I will stop. I don't study like him because if I study some time like that, I will easily forget what I have studied before the 5 minute break. So I think I
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't study like that at all.
Okay, so how about your methods? How about your
Uh,
methods, your group's methods to reduce the procrastination?
I think it's to make a list like a to-do list. So we will make
Mm-hmm.
a target. Then we have a small arm for the process. So we will do our job due to that list that we have made. So everyone can check and everyone can encourage the others to do. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, so it's mean you will take a list, right? And make a list
Yes.
and do step by
Yes.
step, right? You will order on the
Yes.
task, okay? And you will know which one will be due at the first and which one will be at the second,
Yes.
right? Okay. So I think like that will be the good way. All right, good. How about Hải Anh group?
I think we should discover why you are procrastinating, because
Mm-hmm.
once you create an awareness around why you are procrastinating in the first place, that knowledge in the is make it easier to make change and recognize when you are doing in the future and bring yourself back into focus. And the other way to reduce procrastination is the time management technique, like making a list of things to do or setting reasonable goals using planner and timetable or some reminders app, carry a
Okay.
flashcard and note and other study material with you so you can make a better use of your open time. And
Mm-hmm.
another way is to set a deadlines. Well, I think many students get stuck in the I will do it tomorrow or eventually this cycle,
Mm-hmm.
when the truth that that day or eventually never comes. It's important to set a specific date for when you want a project or assignment to be complete. And uh, another way is to take control of your study environment. Eliminate distraction by shutting your phones off and retreat to a
Mm-hmm.
quiet place, listen to music or white noise. Uh, it was
Very good.
proven that listening to baroque music can make your brain work better.
Okay. Okay. So very good, right? So very good. Do you often to use these methods for eliminating procrastination?
Yes, I usually set a deadline or set the goals for uh, what I tend to do, and talk,
Okay. So yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Keep going. So like I just wonder like is that difficult to apply these methods? Like when you apply these methods, can you tell us like what's the most difficult thing or difficulty that you meet when you apply these methods?
The most difficult thing when I use this method is that I have to stay focused on what I going to do and uh,
Mm-hmm.
restrict all the things that make me procrastination. Yeah.
Yep. I think like have you heard about like um, how can I say this flipsing how can I say like this flipsing, is that right? Like we need to do it every day. We need to very strict to ourselves. Disciplined. We call it disciplined. Is that right? Discipline. Have you heard about that before? It's mean like you very strict to yourself.
Yes. Yes, I have.
You have to do it as your habit,
Mm.
right? To make like your habit feel familiar with these methods.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think like the most difficulty when we apply these methods is discipline. I think so. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much about like your some solution. I think is very useful. Okay. How about like okay, Lang Phương, right? Lang Phương, is that you have
Well, yes. I just
yep, please. Okay. Could you please like present about like your group's idea
well,
to eliminate
my group
procrastination?
ideas is very similar to or not everyone group.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so like you don't have
Ah,
any other
wait,
idea, right?
wait for a second. There's an
Okay.
idea that I haven't heard anyone talk about until now. Is that after everything you do, like get organized and set goals, set deadline, and eliminate distraction.
Mm.
After you have finished your job, to stop the procrastination and get your homework done or something, you should reward
Mm-hmm.
yourself in order to
Okay.
motivate yourself to work for another
Mm.
time, the next time you do.
Yeah, I think that you should reward yourself for for finishing each
Okay, so
exam.
how come? How come? So yeah, how can we record ourselves? So for example, like when you get a job done, for example, like that, right? How do you reward yourself?
I think that when you get the job done, you can reward yourself by I don't know, maybe take a break or pat yourself on the shoulder and say that you have done a very good job.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. How about other students? Like when you get like a job done and you feel like you did very good one, how do you reward yourself? Anyone else? Anyone else? How do you reward yourself? Okay, Quốc Việt, please.
For me, I usually eat a small sweet, something sweet, like a treat for myself. So that I think that I have
Okay.
done all I can, and I can feel proud and say that okay, it's done. I can relax now. That's what I think.
Okay. Okay. How about other student? Okay, Thanh, please.
For me, after I've done my homework, I often spend some money and then go to the coffee house and sit there
Uh-huh.
and enjoy the view or the music
Mm-hmm.
and also
Okay.
the coffee. And sometimes when I done my work, I also hang out with my friends and go to the beach and watch the sunset.
Okay, so beautiful, huh? Yeah, I think like I also have the same habits like you. Okay, so when I get a job done, I feel happy. I will go to the coffee shop, get a cup of coffee. Okay, like just listen to music and enjoy the cup of coffee. Okay, that's I think like I usually do like that. Okay, so that because that's I think that's very happy when we finish something. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, Ngọc Chi, do you want to say something?
Yes, I have to one measure before to homework deadline. We I think is make your prioritize thing to your work, and assessment is another way to help you avoid procrastination. Make
Mm-hmm.
a list of what needs to be completed, then work on your way. Uh, Important and urgent tasks must be completed first. The following tasks are important but not urgent. Take tasks are unimportant but must be completed quickly or placed in a different category.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think that's I think like that's the best way to try to like to order our tasks, right? I think like you will base on like the importance and urgent features to allocate or order our tasks, and after that you will decide which one you do first and which one you do later. Is that right? Okay, I think I agree with that. I totally agree with that. And you guys often to use that's why. All right. Okay, thank you, Ngọc Chi. How about Khánh Linh? Do you want to say something?
Yes. So, Professor, I heard everyone solution, but I have not heard anyone mention about the solution for the executive reason, like when emergency situation or unfortunate event can influence student mental health, which make them feel breakdown or feel have a bad mood or feel very pressure. I think at that time they should ask for help from friend, family, and psychologists, and from ourselves, as a friend, we should encourage and motivate that person. Second, take a deep breath. Yes, that's the students should take a deep breath and have a positive thinking that everything will be fine and you can solve. It's okay to not feel really well right now, but after all, you can pass on this challenge and encourage yourself. You have you need to think that you have tried your best already. So embrace on your fault, on your mistake, and learn from it. And always embrace what you have done today, and also feel happy even it's just a small thing. Like today, when like example for me, I'm a shy person and it's quite very hard for me to communicate uh, with with the teacher or the friend, and especially online. It's really awkward. But when I raise my hand and I try to explain what I want to say, and I feel quite happy about that. It's normal. It's just a normal thing to other students, but I feel very happy about that. So you should feel happy and be happy for even it's just one thing. Yeah, and there's another tip that you can do exercise to handle or release your stress. Usually I do exercise in the early morning when I wake up. I'm going to have a cup of water, and then do an exercise, so I can refresh myself and start a new day with energetic and be positive.
Okay, perfect. Okay, very good. Okay, very good point. And here you can see, like Hanlin already mentioned about like mental health, right? Mental health problems. Sometimes like that will make us procrastinate. And at that time, we need to ask a help from our friends, our families, or some like close friends, okay, to encourage us to do the job. And also like we need to feel like positive thinking, positive think, or like his positive attitude about everything. So that's make us to be better. All right, I totally agree about that. I think like that's very good point. And the second is like we sometimes like we also feel happy with the small try. Okay, with the small try, it's been like we don't need to do like a big project, and when we finish the big project we feel happy. Okay, if you wait until you finish the big project, maybe like you will get tired, or like you have a lot of time, you don't feel really good. But like you feel happy with the small part, the small achievement during you do the big project. I think that's perfect. And the way you think about the small achievement, and you feel you enjoy during that process, I think like the way you think like that, we call it like a procedure thinking, procedure thinking. But if you just focus on the result of the big project, we think we can call it like the result thinking. And the procedure thinking and the result thinking a little bit different. And now we have a lot of argument related to kind of thing like that. All right, okay? The first kind of person, they feel very happy with the small achievement, and when like the big project done, okay, they feel happy also. But others people, they just focus on the result. So if the result like doesn't so well, they will like they will bad, they don't really feel really good. So I think if we can change a little bit from our perspective. It means like we care more about the procedure. Okay, that will be better. Okay, that will be better. And I also follow the procedure thinking. Okay, the procedure aspect. Now the first one of Kanlan told us about like sometimes like we can use like exercise. Okay, we can do exercise to make us to feel more energy, right? To more active doing something. I agree, totally agree about that. Okay, you just try like in the early morning when you wake up and you do some exercise, you run, you just like swim or like do any kind of sport in the early morning. On that day you will feel like a lot of energy to do. Okay, so I think like perfect. I totally agree with Hanlon, and this technique really good for us as a student. Okay, anyone else does you have any idea about like eliminate procrastination? I think we have a lot, right? And you can see on the slide I release on how can we eliminate procrastination. So for example, like motivate yourself to work on a task. You already talked about that. Prioritize the task you have to do, or commit yourself to complete a task when you start it. I think like the third one really important. Like commit yourself. It's not easy to commit yourself to something. Okay, so like for example, me when I participate in like the PhD program, for example, like that, I have to commit myself to this topic or this program around 3 to 4 years. On the candidate PhD, they have to face or meet that situation. Okay, every day you have to work with the research, with the topic, with your professor, and you need to like commit yourself to that. You have to spend a lot of time to do. Okay, and sometimes like because you focus too much on one task and you cannot do other tasks, so sometimes like it's hurt. Okay, it's hurt because like you focus on your task, you focus on your program. Sometimes I cannot spend a lot of time with my family, or for example like that, and like commit ourselves to a completing task, very important, and I think very difficult to do that. Okay, reward yourself when the task is complete. You already talked about that. Work on tasks at the times you work best. I think like different students, we have a different time of periods that you think you work best. Okay, so some students you work at night. Okay, and you feel that time, okay, you really work well, and you can get all the tasks done at night. But other students, they don't work at night, they work in the morning. Okay, so different student, different person, we have a different range of time. Break large tasks down into small manageable part. Okay, so you already discussed about that. Make schedule of the tasks you have to do and stick to do it. Okay, work on the smaller tasks first, and this leave more time for the difficult and time consuming tasks. I think like this is a good strategy. Okay, this is a good strategy, and find a good place to work that is free of distraction. Okay, now distraction, like nowadays I think distraction that will be the most reason, like how can I say, like the main reason, the important reason that make us cannot focus on doing something, and that's make us to be procrastinate. Okay, so how can we deal with distraction? I think easy. It's not easy. Okay, we need to turn off our phones when we're doing some tasks, or like find a quiet place, or you can do anything to how can I say, like to get out of the distraction. Okay, so that's one kind of solution. Take breaks when working on a task you don't wear down. Okay, so this solution, I think you should use, and that's make us to reduce the procrastination. All right. Okay, thank you very much about this topic. I think we already discussed a lot and raised a lot of question. Also, like we find out the reason about like procrastination. Also, we discussed about some solution to reduce or eliminate procrastination. Now, what will we do? Okay, now what will we do? We will go to the next part. It's mean like I want you guys to discuss more about like the what do I say, like the learning style. Now we will discuss more about learning style. So when we're talking about learning style, actually we usually have a three main kind of learning style. Okay, the first one we call this visual. So what does mean visual? It mean like it's prefer visual sense. I mean we usually use our eyes to observe the thing or learn something. Okay, so visual prefer eye, like visual sense. Auditory. Okay, auditory it mean like we prefer to hear. We must hear to learn. We must hear to understand about the topic. So you use your ear to learn something. Okay, so that's we call this auditory. Tactile. Okay, tactile. What does it mean tactile? It mean like you prefer tactile sense. It mean like when you want to learn something, you have to touch, you have to do, you have to feel to understand the topic, or like the knowledge that you want to learn. Okay, so three kind of learning style. I think that's really important to our and what do I want you guys to do? Okay. The first question that I want you guys to answer, I want you guys to find out for me among three kind of learning style here, which one will be the best one for us. Okay, that's the first one. The second one, what is your learning style? Okay, you should share with your friends about your learning style. Okay, and try to give me more evidence or more example to demonstrate about your learning style. Okay, so two kind of question. The first one, which one will be the best? And the second one, share with your friends about your learning style and demonstrate for them. That's the best way to learn. All right. Okay. You guys have around 10 minutes to discuss each other. Is that okay? And after that, we will talk about the learning style. Okay, everyone. Now we keep going to talk about like the learning style, right? Okay, any group, can I ask, like, can I say Minh Tâm, right? Minh Tâm group, you want to discuss with us?
Yes. For the first question, I think just say wait. Yeah. I think as that's everyone has a strength, quickness, like quickness is like present is the it of the three modalities. The mode of effect learning usually on the three combination. That's the mystery achieve the deficit on manufacture and work will likely change over time. Yeah, and that's I think.
Okay. So like you said, like it will change, and we cannot like decide which one is the most important,
I think
or like I just you
yeah.
miss like 3 learning style. But how
Yeah.
can? How can?
For example, I'm learning vocab, yeah, and first of all, I listen the work in the dictionary, learn and we write, and after that we use in the um, like we practice. Yeah, we
Okay,
practice
so
the work in.
yeah. Okay, so like you are trying to mix like 3 kind of learning style here. But if you want to mix it, you need to understand about the advantage and disadvantage
Yeah.
of each one, right? You need to analyze and understand really good about like advantage and disadvantage of each one. Okay, so if we make analysis about like 3 learning style here, can you guys give me like advantage and disadvantage of visual, auditory, or tactile? Anyone can analyze about this one? Okay, Wookvik, please.
In my opinion, the visual is the most comfortable way to learn because everyone can listen anywhere you want. But I don't think this is an effective way. I think you can hardly to remember what you hear. And the second one is auditory. Oh, auditory is
No,
what you hear. Auditory is what
it's
you
a
hear.
visual. Like I
What you
think like a
see.
little bit. Yep. Okay,
Visual is
visual
what
is
you
what
see.
you see. Okay.
And a visual is usually for learning some theory, some academic knowledge. Like I think it's better to learn something like that. But personally, I don't
Okay.
like this. I don't like this. I like the tactile style study because I'm usually knucklehead. I'm like playing outside. So basically, if I learn something to what I can do, like cooking or repairing thing, learning something like to understand. That's what I think.
Okay. Okay. So you like tactile? You prefer the tactile to others learning style, right?
Yes.
But I just wonder tactile disadvantage of tactile. What are advantage of
The
tactile?
tactile, in my opinion, the tactile style learning is easy to make you remember, to make your body memorize something, like when you repair a car. But that's also its disadvantage because you can learning theory from the tactile style learning, right? I mean, how can you you make out some like law of
Anything else? Okay, so how about Khánh Linh? Do you have any?
Yeah, or history. Yep. So, and the
Mhm.
other advantage from tactile that you have nothing to write down. Like you have to write out like tactile usually experiment, so you don't have any visual material to recall your memory or to write out study, and it's very easy to forget the definition of the topic or any academic term. You only remember the like when chemistry, when I do experiment, I only remember the chemical have the reaction, but we forgot the general, the big idea of the topic. I just remember the specific experiment that I did at that time. And other disadvantage is that right now during the quarantine, it's very hard for us to have an experiment. So I refer auditory and visual. So you have given us the PowerPoint and the textbook as a visual material. So
Okay.
yes, for me, it's also advantage and disadvantage. The pros is that I can scan the textbook, scan the material before the class, so I have a basic background or knowledge of the topic. But I didn't understand very deeply, or I cannot, or I mindset that I read too much when there's like when I read the textbook, there's a lot of word and a lot of big academic terms, so I didn't understand a lot. So I also refer auditory when I'm listening to your teaching. While you teaching, you will give us some explanation about the topic, about the term, and so we have a better understanding. And you use your own word, so I can understand the term more casually, more easily. And also, you give us the example. I learned a lot from this example. The given example will make me memorize the topic.
Okay.
And yes, the what you taught us. Like the last time you said about measurable, I understand measurable, but I didn't know how to explain it. So you say that measurable is like a goal, but you can understand as a number or a measurable feature. So I can understand that. And you give us some example like how long are you going to finish your goal, to achieve your goal, and what percent on any kind of measure like a score that you can achieve the goal. And the third one
Okay.
is yes. And the third one, like the last slide, you give us the slide about elimination of procrastination. When I look the first time when I look at it, I didn't like I kind of not really understand what you want to say about. So when you while you teaching, you're going to explain why why you write this down on the PowerPoint. So it will give us your point of view, and we learn from it. We learn from your point of view the reason why you give this, and I can use it as reference or the code for the research paper, for the future research paper learning material. And after the visual after the auditory after your lesson, I usually use the visual learning style again, like to look back the material, the PowerPoint to before the class to recall all the memory to have a deep more understanding. Yes,
Okay. Okay. Okay, that's all right. Okay, thank you very much about like your answer. I think you prefer to use like visual and auditory combination, right? More than like only tactile. Because you think visual and auditory that will be more useful for you, and you can learn better, right? Okay, very good point about like your answer. You give us like a point, and you are trying to make an example on that very clearly, okay, and very easy to understand about your point. Very good. Okay, how about like Minh Quân? Do you have any arguments from here?
Yes, teacher. Currently there's abundance of way to learn, but in my perspective, the best way to learn is visual learning, and each has own perk. But I gravitate toward to a visual learner. And what is a visual learner? A visual learner is someone who learns best through visual means. And they prefer looking at things to absorb information rather than listen to it or using the hand. And I have six strengths of visual learner. That include ability to read, understand, and remember maps. Another one is strong organization skills, not taking skill. Additionally, remembering budgets from a state and their location within the state. And finally, that's a design skill, especially when it's come to color. And I have preferences that I learn best by reading on my own. I can learn how to do something by watching a demonstration of how it's done, and illustration, chart, and diagram improve my understanding. And the last how to manuals and printed direction are helpful to me. And the last one, I can say that I can learn to do something if someone show me how, and that's my preferences. Okay, that's my
very good.
opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Thank you, Minh Quang. Okay, we already discussed about visual, auditory, tactile. We understand about this advantage and disadvantage of each one, right? But my question is, every student we prefer a learning style, but the reason, I just wonder, like the reason behind that. So the reason why we have a different learning like different learning style from the student. What is the reason behind that? So for example, me, I also love or like feel good at auditory learning style. For example, me like that. But I just wonder, like other students, they for example, like Khánh Linh, they love like visual and auditory. Quốc Việt, he loves tactile. Why do we have a different way to learn? Do you think, like, what are the reasons? Yeah, Quốc Việt, please. Quốc Việt, please. What are the reasons that make us different from each other when we choose the learning style?
I think because everybody is different from each other. Everyone is unique. Some students like to learn from visual, and some because they like to look, they like to judge from the far, they like to analyze something from what they look, or some other want to hear, they want to send something that the other miss from the sound, or someone like static like me, because they want to take action, they want to memorize something to the work they do, to their action, to our daily routine. That's what I think.
Yep. Okay. How about Lan Phương? Do you have anything else?
I totally agree with Quốc Việt. I think that different methods work for different people, and the fact that everybody has different learning style is just very, I think the most important thing is that people find and then work with the style that they think that's the most effective and efficient for them. Yes, that's what I thought.
Okay. How about Tu Minh? Yeah. Okay, I got your point. How about Tu Minh? Minh Tú, right? Minh Tú.
So I think everybody decide on measure to match this the three methods. For example, is a visual. It's matched with the people who are study about art or any yes, art or draft. And outdoor auditory is much with for some people who need to focus a lot on the study. For example, the mathematics. Maybe you can listen some slow music or music or not lyrics. It's help them. It's help the people feel better, more concentration. Yes, and
Mhm.
tactile, I think it's much with the people who are energetic, is and it's help them to understand deeply and maybe can practice. It's help them remember long term. Yes, that's
Yeah. Okay. I totally agree about like your reason. Okay, Quốc Viết, you want to
I
say something more?
think his reason is not truly right for everyone. I mean, the visual is
Mhm.
what you see, not only art. I mean, if you mathematician, you learning math, you can also
Mhm.
see the like law of nature, law of gravity. You can look at that. Or like a musician, you still look in some your chord, um your song that you have to play. Or if you are a cook, you can look in what you do. I mean, it's a style that apply for someone, not something, not a style that apply for a subject. That's what I think.
Okay. 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 So I got your point here. I think the reason. Okay. I think like two main kind of reason. I think the first that come from your habits. Okay, so your habits. So for example, like you very often to use that one when you learn something. Okay, and that will makes you like prioritize like automatically when you want to learn something. Okay, I think like that's the first. And the second one, sometimes like you cannot learn the others learning style because you cannot. It's mean like um because of your health or your I think like the health problem, something like that. So for example, like some people, it's been they cannot see the color clearly. For example, like that, we could just like blind color, something like that. Color blind. It's mean like you cannot use like visual, right? Because like you cannot recognize the different color, or like you cannot see. So I think like it's very hard for us to use this one, but you can hear clearly, you can hear better. It's some kind of like people they use auditory more. Okay. And I heard about like some people they really hard for reading. It means like when they use visualize a visual sense to read something, they cannot read. They cannot read, and they get the problem when they reading. So that's the reason why they use another learning style. Yeah, so I think like because of some kind of reason like that. And the next one, we need to find out which kind of learning style that we will prefer. So here's like on the slide, I already prepared like 15 question. I want you guys to spend times to answer this question. Okay, you just like say yes or no, and after that I will give you like the result. Okay, and you will note which kind of learning style that you prefer. Is that okay? So here's we have like 15 question. Okay, now take a look on this question and answer by yourself. So after that, like I will give you like the result. Try to record or like rewrite your question on your page, and after that you will check with the result, and you will see it, like which kind of learning style that you will be. Okay, now can you see like the question here? Hello, can you see?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so spend a little bit of time to read this question and answer by yourself. Okay. Okay, done. You finish with a question here. Okay, good. Okay, next we will move to the question 9 until question 15. Okay. Okay, so after you answer 15 question, you can see like you will be the person who have the characteristic of visual learners or auditory learners or tactile learners, right? Okay, so after you finish 15 question here, you have your answer. So I think like we should take a break a little bit, 10 minutes, and after that we will be back. Is that okay? So just like keeping your answer, and we will discuss later on. Okay, after 10 minutes. Okay, hello everyone. Okay, so do you have your answer? How about like Tan? What is your learning style after you answer 15 question here?
For me, my style is a tactile learner. Well, because I choose.
Oh, yeah, tactile learner.
Because I choose number 3, number 9, and 15.
Okay, so good, very good. Let's see. How about like Sung Yu? Sung Yu Le, right?
Yes.
Which one? Yep.
I am a type 2 auditory learner.
Tactile learner, like Thành,
Yes.
right? Okay. How about Giang Châu? Oh, where is she? Hải Anh. Okay, Giang Châu, please.
I am a visual learner.
Oh, you are visual learner. Okay, do you think it's right?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you. One more. Kim Hoàng.
I'm visual learner.
Oh, the same visual learner.
Yes.
So we have a 2 visual learner, 2 tactile. Is that right? 2 or 3 tactile. One more. Như Nga.
Yes. I'm
Yes.
visual learner.
Okay, yeah, visual learner. Okay. Anyone here like you following auditory learner? Oh, Lang Phương. Okay, Lang Phương following like
Well, actually, I
auditory
have
learner.
both visual learner
Only
and
Lang Phương.
auditory learner.
Oh, okay. So like you missed, right?
Yes, I mix. I am the mix of visual learner and auditory learner. I have the number 6, just one for the tactical learner.
For the tactile learner.
Yes, just one.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Okay, so like sometimes we miss that will be good. Okay, because like we can take advantage on each one. So like just how can I say, like following the like each one and trying to learn or like take advantage on its situation. Okay, so depending on the environment, depending on the situation, also circumstance. Okay, you will choose which way is the best one for you. Okay, visual learning style or auditory or tactile. Okay, so I think like the circumstance that's also important when we decide which one. Okay. Okay. All right. Actually, I already sent you guys like a research about learning style. Okay, learning style and strategy. Okay, what do I want you guys to do now? I want each group you read and you guys like summaries for me. Okay, you are going to summaries for me the article, okay, the paper that I sent you guys. Okay, so I want each group you read and you summarize from that, and remember emphasize on like learning style and strategy. Okay, and each group when you read it when read together you need to summarize, and when you summarize you need to like write on like the paper or the file. It means like you can like summarize on the works file, and after that you should send it to me. All right. Okay, so you guys have around like 30 minutes to finish the summaries of the paper. Is that okay?
Okay.
Do you guys get like the paper yet?
Not yet, sir.
Okay. Mintu, like could you please like send the paper to him or like on to our friend, and I want you guys to read that paper and summaries for me. Okay, summary for me. So after that we will discuss about that paper. All right, you should like write down on the works file, okay, and send it to me. I can like make a mark for each group.
All right.
Okay, all right, thank you.